Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to an update from the studios of Radio A1A. And we're coming live right now with a report from one of our Radio A1A correspondents. As a matter of fact, we have two of our correspondents on hand to be able to talk about the impending storm coming to central coast of Florida. So on the phone with me right now, Tiki D'Esposito from Homosassa Springs. Hello, Tiki. How are you this afternoon?
I'm doing well, Harry. Right now, I'm down in old Homosassa, right by the river.
Wow. Is that ground zero from what we're seeing on the screens of the hurricane path?
So far, they're kind of projecting it to go a bit north of us near Cedar Key and stay offshore about 100 miles, which is a good thing for us. As far as the winds go, we will still get the storm surge here. I did send you a few pictures of the river right now, and the waters have already come up right to the edges of the dock.
We'll make sure we display those. Also on the phone with us is someone who has been spending some time in that area, and one of our great sponsors of the upcoming Florida Cracker pit stop party there, Tiki, at the Florida Cracker Riverside Resort. Dale Clemons, are you still with us on the phone?
I'm with you, Harry.
I know it's a little bit difficult to hear where you are, but I understand you're standing by as well with listening to news regarding what's happening with the Florida Cracker itself. Tiki, of course, is there on the ground, and some of the things we're showing right now on the screen shows some of the things that were happening, like the sandbags, Tiki.
That's ground zero work. Great job. Appreciate everything you guys do. And ultimately, Harry, that's the work that Triton App tries to support and the effort that it takes to put forth. You know, I was coordinating this week with our friend George, or Jorge as I like to refer,
yes.
at a Tampa Bay Fairhead Club. They were supposed to do an event tomorrow evening at the Fish House or the Cracker there in Citrus Park. Obviously, that's been postponed.
Oh, no.
We're excited right now to just try to sustain pit stop one. I mean, Homosassa Springs, Tiki, great job, darling. Love you to death for everything you do. We've never met, but we'll be great friends forever. Great work. And the fact of the matter is, that's ground zero, Harry. I mean, you can do Cedar Key, whatever you want. You know, you want to negotiate 20 miles on the coast, so be it. But the fact of the matter is, our home base, pit stop number one, is fixing to take a baseball.
Yes,
so
it is.
With that said, we're going to be there for him, Harry.
Yes, we are. And you have been supportive all along, Dale Clemons. Triton App. That's the way you follow through, my friend. I appreciate that. And I know Tiki and the folks there. Tiki, you live there now. What are some of the preparations?
Yes,
what are some of the preparations that you had to rush around and do other than all those sandbags?
Yeah, I actually did 60 sandbags. I have 5 doors on my house. We're pretty much at sea level at my house. So I did 60 sandbags and sandbagged up all my doors. And I've just left there right now. I've come down to the Cracker, and we are down by the river right now by the Florida Cracker. And like I said, it is not raining here yet, but the water has already risen to the tops of the dock. So we're anticipating another 10 feet.
Do you have any advice? Yeah. Do you have any advice as a local for boats or for property or anything that people that will be listening? We're going to get this out to everywhere and everybody that will replay this immediately.
Well, you know, Harry, I lived in the Keys for 58 years.
Yes, you did.
Shout out to all my Keys peeps down there. And I just moved up here about a year and a half ago. My advice to everybody here, local or not, is get the hell out. You know, storm surge don't play. And I know that there's a lot of locals here that'll ride it out because that's the same thing we did in the Keys.
Yep.
All our lives.
Yes.
So I know that there's some diehards that are going to be here just like there was there. But you know, it's a tricky situation. You got to know when to say when and when to bail.
Hard to do when you're a Florida cracker. Go ahead, Dale. You're a Florida cracker. Go ahead.
I am a Florida cracker. I was going to point out that Tiki's mention is so on target because if you go off on a wild goose chase, you create a problem for somebody else.
Exactly.
Growing up in Tampa, I'm a Tampa Bay guy. I mean, we used to have hurricane parties going through high school and all that. Well, it's not as funny anymore. But needless to say, doing the right thing and not going over the top is a great point that Tiki brought out.
Absolutely. Harry?
Yes, Tiki D'Esposito, everybody, with Radio A1A coming to you from Homosassa Springs live, and also Dale Clemons with Triton App here with Radio A1A in the studios. It's such a wonderful thing to have you two talking to one another. And Dale, you've fallen in love with Florida Cracker, haven't you?
Well, Harry, I'm around somewhere all the time. You know that.
I do know that.
I got Mama down in Tampa. My sister's over at my mom's place. They're about 30, 35 miles in from the coast.
Oh, my goodness. We need to get the word out to everyone. Bug out, just like Tiki said, right, Joe Anderson?
Absolutely. Dale, my mom lives in Zephyr Hills, if you know where that's at. And I've been on the phone with her all night. She's pretty worried. She didn't move down there till about 2 years ago. And I think this is going to be perhaps her first major storm. We got her a Airbnb, supposed to be able to stand a Cat 5 on land that's not in a flood zone.
Could we do something, guys? Let's do a follow-up tomorrow sometime and get together again and see if we can't do some report back to one another on how everything's doing. I need to get this out to the world as soon as possible. And this would be an opportunity for us to come together again and then report back what is needed, because the follow-up is what's important.
Yes.
Don't worry about worldly things at this point in time if you're at ground zero, especially Cedar Key.
We'll catch up with the updates off of what we all learned. God bless everybody that's in the way. We're going to follow up with y'all tomorrow, right?
Yes, indeed. We'll follow up tomorrow. Look for some updates on social media, wherever we can get this out to. Thank you very much. Tiki, anything you'd like to say or shout out to anyone around the Homosassa Springs area?
I've pretty much lost it, Harry, but I just want to say that I hope everybody stays well and safe. God bless everybody. God bless Homosassa. God bless the United States. We're out. You guys have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.